No goths in the 80s and early 90s were gatekeeping music genres. This vibe didn't exist. When industrial music came in, like Throbbing Gristle, Skinny Puppy, the goths were for it. We were like, cool, this is the next wave of goth music. And gothic metal arrived. We were for it. Typo Negative was for the goths. I'm sorry to say that. I know he's the original edgelord. Like, that's a different video. So why do people start gatekeeping? Because emo happened. Emo, nu metal, and pop punk happened all at the same time because goth became a little bit mainstream. These bands were dressing with gothic style. Also, mall goth happened. Hot Topic. All of these things started happening, and people in the subculture freaked out. They were really upset by this. I mean, I was pretty young, so I was very like malleable. I was like, cool, now I like this, now I like this. You know, I was like 12. I had a lot of older goth friends, Gen X, and they were really upset. And so this is when the gatekeeping happened and it started. And you know what? Like, I understand why, because the clubs became kind of unsafe. Like, everyone just thought that the subculture was being appropriated and they took it very personally. So then the definitions of like, what is goth and what's not goth genres just became more narrow and narrow. And basically, a lot of people decided that the only goth music that's real goth music is 80s goth. Very young goths on this app actually saying that goth music comes from post-punk, which yes, a lot of it does, but it is also gothic rock. Gothic rock comes from rock. Where do you think punk comes from? Punk comes from rock. Okay, so rock is the foundation. What do you think gothic metal is? Metal is just heavy rock. Gothic metal is just heavy gothic rock. I hope that helps. In the 80s, there were so many copy bands that were sounding like Sisters of Mercy and a lot of post-punk bands. So when industrial came in, it was like this awesome, refreshing thing. And not to mention, each country had its own contribution. The UK was like post-punk, but Germany is still primarily the majority of the bands, and in Finland, are gothic metal bands. So you can't just say that's not goth and discredit entire countries' subcultures because our goth or goth Reddit told you so. I mean, gatekeeping is just very anti-art. It's been too now, because now we're in a nostalgia era and we have all these bands that are sounding like clones again because they need to like fit into the goth zeitgeist of like what they think it is. And it doesn't need to be that and never needed to. If you really want to know what goth music is, just get off the internet. Go to the club, see what the DJs are playing, go visit other goth clubs in other cities, go to the festivals, try to get to Germany, try to get to Finland, try to just get out of your little like internet bubble and experience what it is. And I promise you, you will understand so much better. And if you're still here, I know this is a very long video rant, but I needed to say what I needed to say. We're performing at Mira Luna, so come see us in Germany. And we're also releasing a new record with 19 tracks called Purple Pain, and I know y'all will love this.